Hello students, in this session of module 3, I will be discussing regarding line integral of a vector function, surface integral of a vector function and volume integral of a vector function. We will start with the first one, that is line integral of a vector function. Now what is meant by line integral? As the definition says, any integral along a curved line is called as a line integral. Now let us consider a curved line AB. Let f of x, y, z be a vector function near the curve AB. In order to find out the line integral of a vector function f of x, y, z for the curve AB, we will draw a tangent at point P to the curve AB. The tangent makes an angle theta with the vector function f of x, y, z. Then we can define the line integral as line integral of a vector function f along the curve AB is the integral component of vector f along the tangent to the curve at the point P. Now, in order to find out the line integral, let us divide the vector AB into small line elements. Let dl be the length of one such line element at point P and theta be the angle formed between the vector f of x, y, z and the tangent drawn at the point P. Therefore, the component of a vector f at point P is given by f cos theta the product of the component of vector f and small line element dl is given by is equal to f cos theta into dl, that is equal to f dot dl cos theta, or it can also be written as vector f dot vector dl. Now this is the component of the line integral at the point P, but we need to calculate the line integral for the whole curve AB. So since we have said that the line curve AB has been divided into large number of small line elements, we can apply limit and then find out the line integral for the whole curve AB. The limit of some of these products as the number of line elements tend to infinity and length of each line element tends to 0 is called line integral of vector f from A to B. It is denoted as integral of A to B vector f dot dl, integral of C f dot dl is equal to integral of A to B f dot dl is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n fi dot dl. This is the equation for the line integral for any curve. In particular here, this is the equation of line integral for the curve AB. Example, vector f is a variable force acting on a body So let us consider a vector f as a variable force which is acting on a body. Then the line integral of vector f from A to B represents the work done by vector f in moving a particle from A to B. This is one of the examples for the line integral, wherein here we are considering the example to be a vector f which is a variable force acting on a body. Then line integral of vector f from A to B, it represents the work done by the vector f in moving the body from the position A to position B. This is what is meant by line integral. The next topic I am discussing is surface integral of a vector function. Now let us consider a surface S and let f of x, y, z be a vector function of position and S be the area of the given surface. In order to find out the surface integral for the surface S, let us consider a small surface ds at point P and let us draw a normal Pn to the surface S, making an angle theta with a vector f of x, y, z. And the unit vector n cap is along the normal drawn Pn to the vector f of x, y, z. Let surface S is divided into large number of surface elements of surface area. Let ds be one such surface element at P and theta be the angle formed between the normal drawn to the vector f of x, y, z let n cap be the unit vector along the normal drawn. Then the surface integral for the given surface ds can be found out by using the component of vector f along the normal drawn is equal to f cos theta. The product of f cos theta into ds at p is given by is equal to f cos theta dot ds, which can also be written as f dot ds cos theta, or it can also be written as vector f dot vector ds. Now, this is the surface integral component for the small surface ds, but we need to find out the surface integral for the whole vector function f of x, y, z for the whole surface S. We have to apply the limit to this product, and then we will be able to find out the surface integral for the vector f of x, y, z at the surface S. The limit of some of these products as the number of surface elements tends to infinity, the area of such elements tends to 0 is called surface integral of vector f for surface S. It can be written as double integral of over S f dot ds is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n fi dot ds. So, this is the surface integral equation for the given vector f inside the surface S. Double integral of over the surface S f dot ds is equal to sigma I tends to I is equal to 1 to n fi dot ds. Here a limit n tends to infinity. So, this is the equation for the surface integral of vector f over the surface S, double integral of S f dot ds is equal to limit n tends to infinity sigma I is equal to 1 to n fi dot ds. If the surface integral has to be calculated for the closed surface, then the surface integral is represented by double integral of closed surface over the surface S. Next topic is volume integral of a vector function. Now let us consider a volume V, for which we need to find out the volume integral. Let us consider a vector function f of xyz inside the volume V. Now in order to find out the vector function for the volume V, we will consider a small volume dV inside the same volume V. Then the volume integral for a vector function can be defined as the integral of a function f of xyz over a volume V enclosed by a closed surface S is called a volume integral over the vector function over the volume V. It is represented by triple integral over volume V f of x y z into dV. This is how a volume integral can be represented by using the triple integral equation, triple integral of volume over the volume V f of x y z into dV. Volume integral usually occurs as the integral of a scalar quantities. For example, the charges are distributed continuously if the charge distribution is such that over the volume V, then it is known as volume charge distribution. So this is one of the example for the volume integral. If the charge distribution inside the volume V is such that it is distributed continuously throughout the volume V, then it can be called as volume charge distribution. So this is regarding the three types of integrals: line integral for a curved line, and surface integral for a closed surface, and volume integral.